There are so many ways to create a video or a vlog, and this is the flow that works for me. So just take what you want and leave what you don't. Ka pai, let's get into it. The first and probably most important thing I want you to think about is what kind of message you want to get across and how you want to portray yourself. So you'll see some people have videos and they're really animated or they're really funny, really dramatic, and those are cool and they suit those people. But if I was to do something like that, I just feel fake and uncomfortable, and I'm sure you'd feel uncomfortable too. These vlogs are an extension of the blogs that I write, and those are about being vulnerable, being honest with yourself, and being just as raw and as natural as possible. So for my style of vlogging, I try to be the same on camera as I am off the camera. So if you take away anything from this video today, that would be the main thing. Cool, so before the video, there's a lot of prep work that goes on beforehand, and I would start with gear. So I'm filming now on a Canon 6D and I have my phone as well. The videos I do on my phone are kind of spur of the moment, just random inspiration, and I feel like they're more intimate because I'm just holding my phone like this compared to filming on the big camera, loading it up to the computer, making cuts and things like that. But I like having the mix, and then also the 6D has a better quality video at the end of it. And the best gear you can use is what you have already. Most of us have smartphones these days, or if you don't have one yourself, you know someone who does. I have a background in photography, so I already had the Canon 6D before I started thinking about vlogging. And I love this camera, but it's not really vlogging specific. So I'm looking at getting a new one over the next few days. So after you've got your camera, having good sound is really important, so having a microphone. I don't have one. Just allocating money elsewhere, and having a microphone isn't as high of a priority as like paying the rent. Or eating. But if I want to improve my quality, I'll be getting a mic. Next would be making sure you've got good lighting. So I don't have any lights. This is set up in our dining room where we've got two big sliding doors and I've got all the natural light coming in. But again, you can step up the quality and get your own lights so that it's consistent and it looks the same no matter what the clouds are doing outside. And then another thing to think about is your backdrop. You don't want it to be too distracting, or you don't want to blend into it. Like this is... I move the books around to make it look like I've been reading, or I tidy it up behind me, but otherwise this is real life. But some people, they'll find nice pieces of material and they'll hang it up behind them where it looks nice and clean and fancy. So that's something to think about as well. And then the last thing before you start would be having editing software. I have the Adobe suite and I use Premiere Pro, but there's heaps of cool free ones, some you can get on your computer and even on your phone as well. Like I use Splice on my phone. So those are pretty basic, but again, the best gear you can use is what you have access to already. After you've got your gear sorted, content would be the next big thing. So for me, I'm always taking notes and I'm always making observations of other people, of myself, and just getting ideas and thinking of ways that I can make them into a story, either for the blog or for the vlogs as well. An exercise I do is I'll time myself for a minute and I'll try to write as many different topics as I can. I think of it like a muscle. The more I exercise it, the stronger it becomes, and hopefully the better my ideas become as well. And so I've got a few lists of different topics that I want to talk about. And then on the day, when I've set aside some time, I'll just go with what feels right. Then there's the filming, and this takes anywhere from like 20 minutes to an hour or 2 hours, depending on how many topics I'm going to talk about, and also depending on how good my flow is. Sometimes it takes a lot longer than it needs to, or sometimes it's out of focus and then I have to redo the whole thing again, which is very fun, very character building. After the filming, I'll transfer the footage onto my hard drive and I'll start editing. Then once I'm happy with that, I'll export it, then I'll upload it to YouTube. I upload to YouTube because it's good to be visible across all different platforms, even though I don't really focus on it as much as I do on Facebook. Another reason why I like uploading to YouTube first is so that I can do the subtitles. And the reason subtitles are important is because over 80% of videos on social media are watched on mute. So if I want to engage with more people, I need to facilitate to how they behave online. After subtitles are done, I'll screen record on my phone and then I'll upload to Facebook from there. And the reason why I do that is because of Facebook's algorithm, so how Facebook ranks different pieces of content. And Facebook and YouTube are competitors, and Facebook would prefer it if people watched Facebook videos rather than YouTube videos on Facebook. I'll give you an example with this video. If I upload this video straight to Facebook, it becomes a Facebook video and it'll be shown to more people than the video shared from YouTube. It should make sense. And then I try to write a witty caption to show my humor. yeah, once it's out there, I just hope for the best and hope people like it. Some videos do better than others, some do a lot worse than others. And it's a good gauge for me because when I can see the data, I can pick out on what my audience likes or what they're more likely to engage with compared to what they're not. But now that I'm pumping out so much content, I kind of can't get hung up on if one video doesn't get as many views or as many comments as another. I'll analyze it and try to figure out why that one didn't do as well as others, but I'm already on to the next and focusing on the next video and the next piece of content. And in saying that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any portray or any comments you want to make, just leave them below or send me a message, and we'll catch you on the next one. Kia ora!